Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Kansas State Wildcats, Bill Snyder Family Stadium. And the Judicials will put total leather to crank us up. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Kansas State's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him in so many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. 3 and out, and just like that, they'll have to give it up. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Judicials offense has its first opportunity of the day. They'll run the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this. Assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Just listen to the little apple. You can hear it all the way to the big apple as they try to get the defense off the field. Lofts one high and deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. They booted away. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Setting up the screen. Crosses the 45. Wide open spaces. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Johnson wants to throw it. Fires one high and deep. Snags it inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. And the Wildcats will snap it on 1st and 10. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. They'll run it to the right side.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. The Wildcats had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
And this offense shows right away on first down. They're willing to pass down here. Just to soften them up a little bit for the run here on second down and goal.
He wants it all. Touchdown, Kansas State. Fitted in the window for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Texas A&M packed a wallop today, and in many ways it felt like it packed the 12th man with them, too. This was supposed to be a road test, and instead it felt like a walk through the park in College Station. Always interesting to see ranked teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. And now this offense will take the field again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Goes to the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds onto that football, he might not score a touchdown. He's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play on the option the quarterback would like to have back.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
And there he goes. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Johnson looking to throw. Already, and the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Push down for the tackle.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That is just a sideline clinic. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. K-State trying to cannonball their way to a score from the red zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That's the end of the period, and Kansas State is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Now on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. And you saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Judicials will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback will keep it. Ball is free. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Turning it on. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind. 4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
Johnson wants to throw it. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. On the option. He'll do it himself. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
Handoff from the gun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. On the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Judicials decide to punt it away. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He's got it. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The Wildcats are moving quickly down the field. Got enough space. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this thing's turning into a rout, and it's turning into a rout quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Looking to fire. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Here's the punt, and he's done better. Not much on that one. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Buys a little time. He'll get rid of it. He's got it. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Quarterbacks nowadays are so good. With 1 second or 2 seconds, they can make really big plays. But when you give them that much time, my goodness, all of them are going to be successful.
And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Johnson looking to throw. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State!
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the 2nd half?
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Wow, there he goes. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Schwartz. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for it all. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Manhattan.
And the Wildcats will kick it off to start the 2nd half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Matthews. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. On third and short, they keep it on the ground here. The Judicials get the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Here comes the option. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play. And the Judicials now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. The option look. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Caught in the backfield, it's O'Neal. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on fourth down. The Judicials will try to pin them back with the punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Opening play of the drive from the 39. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the Wildcats have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. On the option. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll toss it to the left. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. Backing up and backing up on the first 2 plays, now to try to throw it in drive on 3rd down. Sends it back in motion. Fires to the big fella. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Makes his man miss. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Judicials come to the line with a new set of downs. Defense looks as if it's coming. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
The Judicials will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Quarterback may change this route. He lost one down the sideline. Brings it down on the right side. From deep in their own end, across the 50, plus territory, and finally out of bounds at the 47.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
Fires to the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Line getting set on second down. Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. The Wildcats come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Wildcats can really attack on this second and short.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He leaves it with the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Using his legs, it's Jackson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter is sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the judicials have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Powers through the defender. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. The judicials can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. And the judicials trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Option look. It's Bridges. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it behind the line. It's May. He's brought down at the 49. That is well short of the 1st down. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The judicials will line up to punt it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the shotgun, the inside give. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. You don't want to get carried away. It's still early, but that was an impressive performance to go to 3-0. What do you think? How good is this team, David?
I love when you say you don't want to get carried away. But, you know why you say but? Because we're going to get carried away. Great start. This is what we do. We're going to react to what we see, and 3-0 is exactly how you draw it up. You build momentum, you start to build confidence, and you start to look like a team.